We're just taping everything up now. Got my buddy Matt here helping me out. What's that YouTube channel, Matt?
More Hondas. More Hondas, like more M-O-O-R-E.
You guys go ahead and check him out. He works on some EF hatch, and he's got some other things going on. Go ahead and check out his channel. He's helping me here today with the Integra. So we're just gonna finish taping this up, and it's gonna be ready for some primer. Here it goes, guys. We got this thing all taped up and bagged up, and we're gonna lay some primer down on it, and we're gonna get to that.
So bright, I don't wanna lose that somebody. I don't wanna lose somebody, somebody, somebody. I don't wanna lose somebody.
guys, so cleaned up this engine, scuffed it up as best as I could, the transmission, and I masked everything up. Now I should have done this, I should have did the engine before I did the body, but you know, it is what it is. We're just gonna get ready to prime this thing now and paint it. So I'm gonna get to that, but first I'm gonna wipe it down with some wax and grease remover.
What's there left to say? Throw your stones the river. Like me it drifts away. I would watch you stare. I would watch you stare. Oh, but there's no one there.
So here we go, here's the valve cover, and I was going to strip this one and paint it, but I'm not going to use this one because the bolt right here is broken inside there. So I had this one sitting around, and this one has no problems. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but don't really want to use that. This one's already already doesn't have any paint on, so we're just gonna start prepping this one.
Figure this out. Put your feet down. We are the lucky ones. Swallow your choices instead. Terrified of what's left. Remain unsaid until you break my mind. Until you break my heart.
Till you break my thought.
These sticks and stones will break.
They will break, they will break, they will break. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. No, no. I'm feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love.
Alright guys, here it is, the finished product, and I think it looks great. Now we still got a little more stuff to do, but I kind of ordered some stuff and it's not here yet, so I'm gonna wrap the video up here guys. But for the next one, I'm going to get a intake for it. I gotta get the slave cylinder, master cylinder, and well, yeah, the slave cylinder and the clutch master cylinder, and we're gonna get this thing back on the road and put the front back on, put the headlights on. But just wanted to show you what I did guys. This thing, it looks awesome. Now some of you guys are gonna say, hey, it would have been a lot easier to pull the engine out, but I couldn't do that. I'll explain that to you in a little bit, but for now I'm gonna show you what I did. For the engine bay, I used Rust-Oleum primer and gloss black. Now these guys, they are $4 a can at Walmart, so the engine bay was pretty cheap. I probably got about 1 can of primer and 2 cans of black, gloss black paint, and you know, it looks great, and there's still half a can left, so there's not much money into this engine bay. Between doing the engine and everything, I probably have less than $50, but for the engine, I just love the way that engine looks. It looks awesome. But for the engine, I use VHT engine primer and VHT engine paint. Now guys, the paint is cast aluminum, for those of you guys who are gonna ask. Now I did not go with the clear coat on this because I wanted it to look like a cast aluminum, and when you go with the clear coat, it takes away the look from that. And you guys who seen my blue car, the blue turbo Civic, when I put the clear coat on it, it didn't look like this. I like this look better. But yeah, so now the valve cover, I did a gloss black VHT engine paint as well. Now these, I picked these up, they were on sale in AutoZone for $7 a can, and I think this came out awesome. So I ordered some bolts for the manifold, and I got to get this thing finished. I got to get it together, but I'm just waiting on parts. I'm waiting on mostly bolts, the air intake, the clutch master, and slave cylinder, and we're gonna get this thing back on the road. So, but for the entire engine bay, guys, yeah, so for the entire engine bay, I probably have about under $50 into it, and I think it looks great. Now for you guys who are gonna say, hey, you could have pulled the engine out, it would have been easier. It probably would have, but the thing was, I have too much stuff laying in the garage. I already have 4 engines on the floor in the garage, and I just didn't want this to be another engine sitting there. And this was something that I wanted to do it quick. It took me 2 days to do this. It took me a little bit longer because of the weather, but for the most part, it took about 2 days to do this, and I didn't want to have another car just not running. So I put this thing back together. First, I masked the engine off, covered the engine up, and sprayed the engine bay, took the intake manifold off, and made room and took everything off the firewall. And then I came back and did the opposite. I covered the engine bay up and started sanding and priming the engine. So everything, by the way, guys, the sandpaper I used on this was 320 grit, and I used a scotch-brite to get in those little areas that I couldn't get with the sandpaper. So, but it was a nice little project, guys. This is something that you can do at home, and yeah, get out there and tackle this stuff. If you see, guys, the engine bay was pink, and some people liked it, but I couldn't do the pink. So I wanted to go with the black. So, but that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at 79 Productions. I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.